Well, it's just a function of everybody getting on the same page. You know, as mundane as speaking the same language, that everybody calls a particular position or a particular technique or a particular grade the same thing. And again, the more experienced you are, and they brought in a lot. Brandon brought in a lot of experienced guys. Right. The easier it is to learn that. And I'm sure that, you know, anytime you go through, every time you put a new staff together, there's some learning curve. You get better at it as time goes by, but these guys are real pros and they've been around, and so as I say, I think the learning curve will be shorter because of so many really good experienced guys. I know people don't like to hear that, and everyone talks about the drought, and it's real, but just as when Marv came in, it took a little while for it to take hold. It takes a little while for the players to understand what the staff and what Sean wants, but I think people are going to like what they see, and with a little bit of time and a little bit of patience, this is going to head the right direction. But if you have the right person, and I really believe they do, then you give it a chance to take hold.
What's legit? Timetable?
I don't think you put any timetable on it. What you look for is for the arrow to be up. You look for smart football. You look for elimination of mistakes. I remember, and you will too, because so will you, which means we're all old. Yes. I remember the first year we had some couple of 12 men on the field penalties, right? And I remember Marv distinctly going into the press conference and saying, "That's my responsibility. It will never happen again," and it didn't. So you're gonna see things like that, but you'll see them go away over time, and the style of play become better, and the mistakes limited, and you know, it just, I recognize that people don't like to hear that it takes time, but it does, and you have to give it time to grow. Well, it says that people want to work for him. It says that people respect him. You know, he's a highly respected coach. No accident that the defense played as well as it did in Carolina. I just mentioned earlier that if you looked at what he did last year with the two rookies, you're looking at probably a microcosm of what's going to happen with the Bills. It took, you know, about a half a season for those guys to get their feet under them, and he pared things down for them so they could play reasonably well. And last half of the season, the results showed their efficiency shot up dramatically. So you got to give it time, but if you have the right person, you'll see signs of success. Well, I don't know that there's any significance to it other than you're headed in the right direction. You know, you look at the people that they've hired; they've all been first-rate people, starting with Sean and Brandon, and the people they hired in the personnel department. It's the coaching staff. You know, when they made those hires, people around the league say, "Oh, well, that's a great hire." Yeah, Leslie knows what he's doing. You know, Dennison knows what he's doing. You know, they're professionals. So, and that's a really, really good sign. I've said numerous times, and I've heard Jim echo it, and other guys say it. You know, we're thrilled to be back here. Everybody's thrilled to be back, and it's as though you've gone home again. But it's time for a new generation. It's time for a new generation of stars to step forward and make their mark. We've done our thing, you know. Let's have the new guys step forward and do things and get that same feeling of excitement and pride that we're so happy to have been part of.
I think the word is amen.
On that note.